As we continue with the story of Zechariah and Elizabeth, today I invite you to direct your attention to Luke chapter 1, verses 67 to 80. And this is Zechariah's prophecy. Yesterday I spoke about how even before he was born, John was filled with the Holy Spirit. And in Luke chapter 1, beginning in verse 67, it says, "Then his father, Zechariah, was filled with the Holy Spirit and spoke this prophecy." And you'll want to read it in its entirety from verse 68 through verse 79. I want to highlight verses 76 and 77, what Zechariah says about his son. "And you, child, will be called the prophet of the Most High, for you will go before the Lord to prepare his ways, to give knowledge of salvation to his people by the forgiveness of their sins." And I want to read you a couple more verses because it's just so beautiful. He continues, "By the tender mercy of our God, the dawn from on high will break upon us to give light to those who sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the way of peace." What a beautiful poetic description of what would happen in the life of John the Baptist and through him. And there are echoes, as you may know, in Zechariah's prophecy of what God had spoken hundreds of years before through the prophet Isaiah and also through the prophet Malachi, that before the Messiah would come, that a messenger would come to prepare the way. Some also associated it with the coming of Elijah, that Elijah would return and that would be a sign that the Messiah's coming was near. And so all of this is part of Zechariah's prophecy to tell the people, remind them of what God had said before, and this is who our son is going to be. I mean, what an amazing feeling as a dad, as a father, to be telling everyone, talk about creating high expectations for your family and for your child. But again, Zechariah is not speaking out of his own personal feelings or pride. He's filled with the Holy Spirit, and God is giving him these words to share. And so John is part of preparing the way for Christ, part of giving knowledge of salvation. The salvation is going to come through the forgiveness of sins, and that God's mercy is going to break upon everyone, and light is going to shine in the darkness, and peace will come, that this is all part of what the Messiah will do. And it all begins with the preparation of Zechariah and Elizabeth's son, John the Baptist.